Hello everyone. So after my last video, part 7b, and at some point I have to consider how long I'm gonna go with the sub-naming of ABC. Anyway, in part B, a number of people left comments. There was some discussions on this engine speed topic, and I want to revisit that to check what's going on there. And also I found a post from Submaniac, who also happened to be the person who left most comments. And he had a list of codes which should be applied to a cheat engine. And I thought it would be interesting to explore those. So unfortunately, he's only posted those as cheat engine codes for the, I believe, NTSC-U or NTSC-J. I hope it's the J version. And he also gave them to me as offset addresses, so not directly useful, but I want to look at that to see if we can figure some stuff out. So yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, these are the codes that Submaniac had posted all the way back in 2018 on GT Planet. Probably one of the most important communities in Gran Turismo, where actually I'm not that active. I'm not even sure I still have an account. And yeah, and here's where Submaniac left his comments about his consideration about this engine speed issue. So I'll look into that. So let's first start. So my first hypothesis was that engine speed RPM2 has to do with the flywheel. So one way we could investigate that is to check if altering the flywheel alters the behavior of the engine RPM. So to do that, what I plan to do is go into simulation mode. Which I start from 0 since I haven't kept safe this mode today. I had some issues because I have something set up here. You want to give me credit. And by the way, Submaniac has a code that's meant to give infinite credit. I don't know how that works. Might look into that too. So we want to buy something, and by now you all know I love Toyota. So there we go. Let's give myself a lot of money. I'm gonna buy. Actually, since we have so much money, do we have to buy a used car? No, we don't have to. So let's get a MR2 GT-S in white, because that's the color, the one I had, or the last one I had 3 MR2s. So yeah, we go to tune, parts, TRD, yes, engine. Is it engine or is it transmission? I think it's transmission. So mission. So let's check this. So we got the normal one, and now we purchased the racing one. And so what I'm going to do is go to the test mode. Was it machine test? Yes. And let's do a 0 to 1000 test. And let's monitor these two variables, engine speed and engine speed 2. In case you're wondering, I cut my finger yesterday and I only had a plaster from my kids that I had to use. So make fun, leave comments. So let's see. Okay, so there is definitely some mistake on my part, in the sense that at least the rev counter seems to hit the rev limit, whereas engine speed 2 did not hit the rev limit straight away. But let's see, gear shift, from now on it behaves kind of almost as you expect. I wonder here if Gran Turismo, perhaps if polyphony generated 2 engine speeds for the the engine rotation RPM and kind of the output shaft of the transmission. Now of course that would be a different ratio, because it would be linked to the wheel speed, but maybe they didn't calculate all the individual shaft rotation speed changes. I don't know. So let's see. So right now with the normal flywheel, I'm gonna try braking. Yeah, there's a lot. So there's an offset going up until we hit the rev limit. Okay, so let's see. And yes, of course, so what I will do now is create a save state at this menu. That should be done. So change parts. We only got flywheel, and let's go to racing. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Nope. So I wonder if Submaniac was right and it's linked to boost. So we got no good way of making sense of boost, because to be honest, boost would not be at that RPM, in the sense that boost turbines rotate at much higher RPMs. But again, there would be no reason to scale the RPM to then scale it down into boost. Maybe Polyphony created this lagging parameter. So yeah, I don't know, maybe Submaniac is right. Maybe this is boost related. So next thing to check, if we use a naturally aspirated car, would this behavior still occur? So let's do that. Let's purchase some naturally aspirated machine, and maybe this is why I didn't notice this parameter before, because I was playing the game most often with the Corvette. So we have to get ourselves a Honda, because Honda is famous for their naturally aspirated stuff. I love the Civic Type R. Yes, give it to me straight away. Let's get into it. Let's go testing. Nature of naturally aspirated engines, and again, maybe the RPM doesn't make direct sense. So maybe the RPM is scaled then proportionally to a boost, and with a naturally aspirated, it's clamped to some value. So let's see. Yeah, I think Submaniac was right. So here we're a naturally aspirated car. Engine speed 2 does nothing. So definitely what put me off last time is the fact that its values range the same range as the engine speed, but clearly, yeah, it's nothing to do with engine speed per se. Cool, mystery 1 solved. And we can fix that in our code list to say boost. And let's fix that in Ghidra. So we have so boost is the 66F8, 66F8. So this is in engine boost. Okay, so that was much quicker than expected. So now let's check these codes. So this is autopilot, so this turns the main car into an AI car. And these addresses are for what I hope to be the NTSCJ. And I'll start to use the GJ. So first, I got NTSCJ loaded, and let's see what we find at this variable. So no, how do we go to okay, so this seems to be perhaps that magical struct. Let's see. So at the end of this is function 5158C, and if we go have a look at that, it looks like this. So let's see, NTSCJ. I'm gonna hunt down this variable and get back with you when I find it. See you in a minute. So I'm back. I got this code list from Submaniac, and he has these two AI related ones, which I'm assuming are related to these two autopilots. Yeah, not sure if infinite money is on this list, but whatever. So what I did here is I took Submaniac's address. I stripped out, sorry, from this list. I stripped out the 00 because this is for some cheat engine with relative addressing, and I compared it to the address at which I found it in my PAL version. So the difference between those two hexadecimal values is this much. So I have to subtract that much from all of these and suffix or prefix the 8 ahead. So let's check if that worked. So if we go to this address in the game, let's see, debug memory editor. Let's go there. Not doing what I expected it to do. Am I missing an extra 0? Perhaps. No. Nervous, I messed something up in the math. So let's see. What did Submaniac say about the value? He said it's a 2 byte. I don't know what's 1FB, but I don't see 1FB there. So, as always, my controller goes to sleep. I really need to buy a wired controller. So, oh, what was that? Okay, I found the handbrake. So on the handbrake, I mean, it's obviously, I assume, not what we were looking for, but I think we found the handbrake. So something very interesting. So when we were on track, I kept the handbrake on. Earlier, I definitely saw a 2. Oh yeah, so here. There's a 2, and there's a 10 here. 16 and 2. Interesting. How could we test for that? Okay, so before I proceed, I want to make a screenshot of this. That's not what I want to do. This is difficult with 2 hands. Screenshot. Do that again. So those seem to be handbrake related, but we didn't find the AI, and maybe the AI wouldn't show up here because why would it? What could we do? I need to create a button for 2 save states so that I can toggle without a license. I guess so. So are my addressing correct? Are these 800s? Yes, they are. So maybe I do have a 0 missing. And let's go to this address again. Where did we put the memory editor? There it is. So, oh man, I forgot this annoying thing about qualifying I wonder if anyone enjoyed or actually did each qualifying before the race. I never did as a kid. So what do we get? I have a feeling we're at the RPM. Or I don't know what's this number telling us. Nope. Nope. Incidentally, what happens if we... Nope. So yeah, this method didn't work as planned, so I'm gonna again pause here and check again, see if I figure anything out. So I've definitely confirmed I'm at the right address. I've confirmed this in multiple ways, but two things. If I try to change the value, it's automatically being reset to 0. And another thing I suppose we can test is what happens when I finish the race. And I think, I can't remember if I got a way for doing that, so I'm gonna have to try and finish this race. So again, I'm gonna pause. I'm really sorry for all the pauses, but yeah, I don't want to bore you. So here we are, moments before the finishing line, in a very respectful 6th place. Yay! So yeah, definitely we're at the wrong address. This hasn't changed. Let me see, was this 1? Was this 0? Oh, wait, what was that? This was interesting. So it goes 0, 1. I don't know if anyone's noticing that. Hold on. This is bizarre. And I'm wondering if this is what Submaniac was telling me. He found a byte which seems to be related to idling, shifting. So it's 0 when the car is doing nothing, disengaged or idling. It's 2 and then 1. So okay, so is that some another variable? 2. Is that the anti-stall to shift when when you're and 3 is shifting? Okay, so this could be it. Okay, so this is what is probably the clutch. Excellent. Just share that back. So we probably should make a note of that. And I don't know if it's short or long. It would not make sense to be, short or a single byte. It would not make sense to use short since it doesn't seem to hold so many values. But on the other hand, we can't know what was happening in the devs' minds. So first, let's go there, navigate, go to that address. What do we have here? So we don't know what this is, but we think this is probably this is part of the struct, and we have to expand the struct. So, or it's not a struct at all, and I was wrong, and I'm going down the wrong hole. But let's say this is transmission engaged. I don't know. short for now. Check with short. Unsigned in 16. Yeah. Is this used anywhere? I don't know. Okay, I put a label on the wrong address. I'm so cool. So we want this to be is there a way to go back to undefined? So was it 6.2? This part I really need someone's help, advice, save me in the comments. So yeah, I don't know. Type. I'm gonna put the DB for now and byte and label. So Submaniac is sharing something with me right now. Engage. So let me see what he's saying. Okay, guys, give me a minute. I'm gonna check what he's sharing with us. Sorry for that, again, short exit, but figured out many things thanks to Submaniac. I think we figured out, well, he figured something else out while trying to help me with the first issue. So the memory addresses didn't tie up with the arithmetic we applied. Maybe there's some other subtle difference between the PAL and NTSCs, I don't know, but check this out. So this, a couple of things we figured out. So first off, yeah, you see, when I change this to, was it this one, 0, 1, look at the gear counter, the gear shift. You know, it's right now ghosted because we're not pressing on the gas, and it's kind of clutch engaged to not stall and idle. Now if I go 0, 1, it lit up momentarily. And if I do 0, 2, okay, the wrong place, nothing happens as well, it just blips. And so now look what happens to this memory address when I'm going to press the gas. It goes to 2, right? So it goes to 2 when you're doing this revving without driving. Now let's see, does it do that with the handbrake on? Yeah, it only does it automatically. You know, Gran Turismo does this. It doesn't let you actually have a smooth launch from idle. It's showing us a rev to 3K and then dumped the clutch. And then after it's dumped the clutch, it doesn't do this behavior anymore. This is the first thing we found. Second thing is the autopilot, or the AI. So it's this one, 0, 2. And now the car is trying to get back on track. If we go back to 0, 0, it's no longer in control. And the other funky thing, which I don't know if Submaniac knew before this or not, but he definitely figured it out. So here we are. And check out this flag, this one right here, this byte. This is gonna go 1 when we get airborne. If I got enough speed to get airborne, yes. And yeah, Submaniac also confirmed that this byte is handbrake related. What he hasn't perhaps spotted, or he has, is this flag, which also seems to be linked to the handbrake. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. So yeah, I'm trying to keep the videos under 30 minutes because the last one got more views after posting and more comments, and maybe because it's more digestible. The consequence of this is, of course, the progress might not be that significant because I am exploring almost live sometimes, such as today. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, like, subscribe, and leave comments. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.